While family-friendly, our content is not intended for children. We commonly feature scenes of fantasy violence and other mature, though clean themes. Hello and welcome to another episode of Firelight. We'll call this Volume 1.
What? No, I already put the other one as Volume 1.
No, but it's Volume 1, Episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for the confusion. Welcome to the magical world of Firelight. These are my companions on this incredible adventure. On our far, far left, we have...
I'm Fork, but you can also call me Vic.
In the center.
Cinnabine.
On the right of the center.
Oak 3.
And then there's me, your DM. I'm Ghost. You call me Adrian also. So last week on Firelight, the player characters...
Last time on Star Trek. The Next Generation.
Dun, dun.
Who's Locutus?
We'll find out who Locutus is, actually. We'll see when the Borg attacks.
Yeah.
But they come in like a big square made out of like bones on wheels because they can't fly, obviously. It's like on wooden wheels.
It's like a square on wooden wheels that's just like floating along.
So, anyways. So last week, you guys were approaching the capital city of Carindale, which is called Canungar. And you've heard that there is a lot of work, a lot of jobs, new opportunities in Canungar. But I want to ask you guys, what's your reason for going there? What about that whets your appetite to travel to the capital city? And your character hasn't appeared yet.
My character hasn't appeared yet.
So yeah, you don't. So silence your mouth.
Just blur me out.
So what about Zyfaith? Why would she want to go to the capital city, the big city?
I like money. And also because drinks. Because wanting to try new alcohol and new ales.
Okay, fair enough.
Surprise, surprise, a bard that's like drunk and wants money.
Hey.
This seems to be like the
common
norm for
Very reliable character. So I see we have like a female Gimli.
Oh, I never thought of that way. Also horrifying.
I can think of another character.
but much more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So what about Como's desires to go to the big city?
Wait, what was your name?
Zyfaith and Como.
Like, take the first part of xylophone and then spell faith wrong.
Do you carry around a xylophone though? As your
No, I carry around like the two parts of the xylophone.
Oh, okay. Okay. So your musical instrument is a xylophone? Like legit, this has to be your musical instrument has to be a xylophone. Yeah. And not like the big one, but like the kiddie one.
That's a glockenspiel. So when you spell faith wrong, how are you spelling it wrong?
You instead of using an I, you use an E.
Okay.
So it's XYFAETH.
Okay.
Yes,
good to know. And do your characters have last names at all?
No.
All right. I guess we'll find that the real last name was inside us all along.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say they're peasants.
That's true.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm a commoner.
Peasants often don't actually have last names. They would just be called such and such, son of or daughter of such and such.
Yeah.
And that's actually where we get a lot of our names. It's because it's son of the Smith becomes just the Smith, and then it becomes Mr. Smith because you were just called the son of the Smith.
I'm working my way up. Anyways,
Gotta get that last name.
Is there to make sure that she doesn't drown in booze, and also help with people along the way.
You're her moral compass.
I guess so. Okay,
yeah.
That's interesting.
That's pretty cool. How do you spell your name again?
Komos. Komos. M-O.
K-O
Ammo.
apostrophe M-O.
Dude,
Oh.
dude, we're literally like the 5th Hokage and like the
Poison.
You've been watching too much Naruto recently.
Yeah.
I know.
I did not get that reference.
I did, unfortunately.
You know what's
to my shame. All right. So, if you guys remember last time, you just defeated some evil half-orc bruisers who were attacking a caravan of scavengers, and they were apparently looking for some kind of bell. But the scavenger leaders do not really know what they're talking about. I don't think we have a bell, is what they say. We hardly find anything but pots these days. All the good stuff is gone.
It doesn't ring a bell?
It doesn't even ring a bell.
But
After going through a life and death situation,
Turn off now.
they start cracking puns immediately.
whoa.
This is what you get when I become a player. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Hey. Stop looking at things that you can't do yet. And
Yeah.
concentrate on things that you can do.
I'm looking at
Yeah, I need that. So what do you guys do?
What?
What do you guys do?
Well, they don't know anything, and we don't know anything. So this is kind of... What's the point? I guess we can travel with them for now,
That doesn't make
because...
sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess now we can just go with them.
You know who I feel like right now? I feel like Ghost Nappa right now. that's what I feel like.
Vegeta, I'm haunting you. So you guys want to travel with the scavengers will be they're going to hightail it back to Kanungar State
Oh, okay, so never mind.
because that's not where you're going.
Oh, wait, that's where we're going, right?
That's where you're going.
Okay, that's where
so because they just underwent a significant emotional event. So they want to return. As you guys are traveling back, everyone gets in the big wagon, and then what are basically very large goats pull the wagon. They're like goats the size of horses. Pull the wagon kind of very slowly, but that's by necessity because of how bumpy the ground is back to Kanungar State. As you're approaching the city, which is just one giant castle the size of a city, it's just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger in your view until it really just blocks out the landscape. As you get closer, you can see you guys are coming from the east-ish. And so you can see that there are, from your perspective, you can see the main entrance to the city is kind of on the south side of it. And you can see that there's a road going south, relatively straight south, and that would be going down towards the drylands, which is where a certain percentage of the goods and trade that go to the capital city come from. It's a very, 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 very busy looking road. And there are little houses and way stations that have been kind of built up along this road because people come from a very long distance to bring their trade to the capital city, because the capital city, due to its surroundings, which are essentially barren and empty, needs to import 100% of its food. So there's just always traffic, incredible traffic going in and out from the south, from the north, and from the west. So, but on your side that you're coming from, there isn't actually an entrance. So it takes a while for the scavengers to get trundling all the way back to the south gate. In that time, you find that there is an entire family in this gigantic wagon, and one of the daughters, very young, approaches Zyfaith when no one else is paying attention. And she very carefully and secretly hands her a not very large but long bundle, and then kind of disappears back into the larger section of the wagon.
Time to add that to the collection of random stuff I have.
Are you not going to open it?
She has
there we
a
go.
non-bundle opening policy.
I mean, like, she was really nice to have you. I was thinking she was going to ship you.
She looked, actually, no, I'm not going to tell you what she looked like unless you make a roll.
I'll make a roll.
So you can make an insight check.
So,
You go to your skills.
yeesh.
That's not your skills.
On your yeesh. Hey, you shut your mouth.
How many years must we suffer before these things?
13.
13 and modified? 13?
That's a 13.
Okay. So you can just tell that she seemed really nervous to give it to you.
I open up the bundle very carefully.
Are you going to be opening it up and open it, or are you going to try and open it secretly?
I'm gonna open it up like how I'd open up a present, but like...
So you're going to gather everyone around and take
Gotta flex this on everything.
Came early this year.
I guess I'll do it secretly then.
Okay. Do you want to actually, so you want to make a stealth check then?
Sure. 21.
You rolled a 19.
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely enough. Unless no one's actively looking at what you're doing, unless the other party members want to try. So you are well hidden. You open up this long, package, and it's a very, very, very odd-looking silver bell. That it's mostly handle.
Oh, gosh.
So it's like got a really long, ornate handle that's been etched with lines and stuff like that. It looks very pretty. And then there's a tiny little bell on the end of it.
Huh. That's... Huh.
Oh my gosh.
They said they didn't know any.
What's up with these guys?
That's kind of interesting. Huh.
I have no idea what's going on. Why did they lie to us?
I tell Como in secret about that.
The caravan trundles on while you're doing this.
We keep it to ourselves for now. There has to be a reason why they're keeping it from us. We just don't know if it's a good one. We continue to follow them until to reach the city.
Okay. So you reach the giant southern gate of Conungar. Say it looks like it was obviously designed for multiple giants to be walking in and out of it at the same time. So it's big enough for like 50 people to stand abreast in it. The Jotun were huge, obviously, and so it's just a massive gate. It looks like no army imaginable would be able to get into this castle unless they had some incredible magical assistance. Even like mighty dragons would have difficulty attacking a castle of this size and strength.
Okay, how tall were these giants actually?
Well, it's really hard to tell because just like dwarves who build really tall things even though they are short, no one actually has a good memory of how big the giants actually were. Their stuff looks like they could have been 50 or 60 feet tall, minimum. So really, really, really huge. But they could have been bigger. They could have been smaller. It just depends on how big their ego was on top of their size. Maybe they were decent sized giants, but they just happened to build things way bigger than they needed to be. So the main thoroughfare into the city, which is currently bustling and busy, is like a really massive wide street that was once just a walkway, and it is now all full of market stalls and apartments and all sorts of built-up wooden buildings. And then you can see in the walls all around you, there are hollowed-out dwellings, and there are wooden buildings that have been built to sort of hang off of the walls. So the whole city is basically inhabited by thousands and thousands and thousands of people, tens of thousands actually. And they have taken this great castle and made it into a metropolis of a city. There are people from all around. You see elves, you see dwarves. Of course, you see incredible, massive humans. You see colors of skin that you haven't seen before. You see people from really far south, really far to the west that you haven't seen before. They're all here in the capital city, selling things, buying things. It's just continuously busy. The current era in Carindale is the era of prosperity and might. The High King, who claims to be the true ruler of all of Firelight, has ruled unopposed and has been incredibly powerful. Easily defeated the Duchy of Malin, and the Duchy of Malin had a lot of natural resources that they just swallowed up, as well as a lot of magical expertise, again, which they just swallowed up. And so it's a lot of the other countries around them are worrying that Carindale is actually getting too powerful and that they will be successful in taking over Firelight. The only people who are really putting a candle to them are the Gurrenhall dwarves, who are just as powerful. So, as you get to the gates, the scavengers do not live really deep in the city. They actually live pretty much next to the wall. And so there are streets that have been constructed out of wood that go up and down the wall. And so they're preparing to go up and down the wall to their house and the place where they keep their animals and all that kind of stuff. I'm assuming you guys don't want to follow them in there?
We bid our farewells to them.
All right. So you guys hop off.
You should go to the tavern and get some booze.
So you guys hop off.
I feel like my conscience is telling me I need some booze right now.
So you so you hop off the thing, and you're basically like underneath the gigantic archway. And as you were doing this, and as you were saying goodbye, you do actually hear something, and both of you guys hear something inside of your head.
What do we hear?
There is,
Guys, I hear something in my head.
there is a raspy, sinister voice
It's a raspy, sinister voice in my head.
that is speaking to both of you guys, and it is saying, "Return the bell.
Return
Return the bell." And it says that like 5 times, and then it stops speaking. And as that is happening, a interested, curious dwarf is currently not really sure where to go underneath the gate of the thing, and sees people who look just as confused as he does.
I walk towards that dragon-looking thing.
Excuse me.
Return the bell.
they can't. You don't hear it.
Get some booze.
and then return the bell after the word. I feel like that's actually my own subconscious. I was just trying to confuse you guys.
I look at that dragon thing. I'm like,
Dragon?
you look like a big, strong thing.
Big strong.
I am a dragonborn, I'll have you know, dwarf.
What's a dragonborn?
Okay, now I feel like a jerk.
It wasn't hard to make you feel that.
No, wasn't. I look pretty young for a dwarf. By the way. Yeah. You didn't answer my question. What's a dragonborn?
Well, a dragonborn. They're an ancient race, and the species that annihilated the Yones a long time ago.
The who?
How old are you, kid?
I am 73 years old.
Oh,
How old is that in dwarven years?
73 years old in Dwarven years.
Okay.
Wait, so you're a dragonborn, huh? So do you understand the speech of dragons? I say in Draconic.
No, and I find that very offensive.
You should.
So you don't speak dragon speech?
I think I may need you to hold me back.
Wait, your character doesn't? No, your character by default would speak Draconic.
Yeah. I ask you in Draconic.
they
Like,
speak Draconic.
do you actually speak this?
Draconic.
Do you understand what I'm
How
saying?
come Draconic sounds like parcel mouth or whatever?
Yeah.
This is the way I've been taught.
Oh, so,
This is the way.
Your teacher was Voldemort?
This is the way.
so then you speak a different dialect.
This is the way.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe do I sound like I speak a different dialect? It's really hard
Sorry,
to do.
I just couldn't understand your accent.
See, you're doing it now too.
Dang it.
You're speaking the proper dialect. So this dialect is incorrect here.
You're young. I couldn't exactly understand your accent.
Wait.
Wait a
You
minute.
guys actually
Wait.
do want to know about Dragonborn dialects? You could roll a history check because there is a...
Please.
In this particular land, there is a... But you don't have to.
No, but he needs
If he
to.
cares, he can
The
do it.
Dragonborn needs to do a dragon check.
12?
Wait.
Okay, well, you just know that there are a number of Dragonborn dialects, even in Firelight, and it does relate to the different elemental types. But why that happened, you don't really remember, or you were never taught.
Anyways, I have a question. Do you know where I can get a nice drink here in the city?
Normally, I question, aren't you a bit young to get drunk? But I'm just going to throw that out the window because I
Did someone
can
say drink?
myself.
Did someone say
I'm not
drink?
looking to get drunk. I just wanted something to drink.
Yeah, we
Who
know.
drinks to get drunk?
Doesn't
Only
ever-
people of desolate character.
Yeah. Devoid of any morality.
What's a multiplicarity?
Anyways, I say, come on, kid, you're with us then. We're going to a tavern.
Oh, you're going to lead me to a tavern. Okay. You seem trustworthy.
Speech 100.
Yes.
We'll leave you to a tavern. Okay. All right, so how are you going to find a tavern?
We ask one of the locals.
So
Hey, is that a xylophone on here?
everybody...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Play me a song? Pretty cool. I got a horn.
Oh, we can start a band. If we ever need money, we can
The
just...
Dragonborn just needs to play bass and then...
What do we call ourselves?
What do we call ourselves? Oh wait, if I got the horn and you're on the xylophone, does that mean that he's the lead singer?
I guess he would have to be.
You know that dragonborns are very excellent singers.
What's your charisma? 1 eternity later.
Charisma, it's 15.
Oh, it's actually really good.
That's not
I'm
bad.
surprised. Wow. Okay, you might have. some-
Although what a Dragonborn considers good singing may not be what other
Yeah,
people consider
like-
good singing. It's like a Klingon opera.
Yeah.
Not for everyone.
I wouldn't know. I've
But
never performed
amazing.
in front of any. I never performed in front of any non-dragonborn.
But I'm sure
Maybe
you...
that's why they kicked you out. You never sang.
Or no, they kicked him out of the Dragonborn opera because he sang too much.
Or maybe that too. Yeah. Just like was flat all the time. Anyways, we're going to a tavern, you said?
So the people around you right now are not locals, except for the scavengers, which already left.
Okay.
Okay, so how about we ask? You said there are a bunch
So
of houses.
so basically you're on this giant main thoroughfare. It's all merchants. A huge percentage of them look like they're not from around here.
I keep my cloak on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but then you could, if you wanted, filter into side streets, and that would be where you find the locals.
And then we could get jumped.
Can I see
There's a
if I
lot of
see-
locals to pogos.
Can I
too.
see if I see any taverns or anything like that around?
Yeah, do a perception, because this is a super chaotic, super busy area.
Sure.
We have a short rest.
6.
You guys basically took a short rest on the drive back.
So we get our,
Yeah, you can spend your hit dice.
Perception 6. I got a 9.
I got a 7.
Okay,
We're
so
really good at seeing things.
you guys are like looking around, searching, and you do find a guy
Yeah.
who is inviting people to his new tavern. He's very brightly dressed, and he is very obvious. Actually, he's standing on a little bit of a platform. What?
Is he spinning a sign?
No, he's not spinning a sign. He's saying, hear ye, the first tavern to open on the main way, just a few hundred yards northwards. Come to Beazle and Bard's Tavern.
A few hundred yards, that's so far.
A few hundred yards would probably take you like
So far.
a half an hour, considering the pack of people, unless you like really blaze through them.
Huh. Hey, I heard that dragons breathe fire. Can you just like,
Can you just like,
no, and I'm sensing.
Just wait a second.
could you just hawk a loogie?
Can you roll a random, just a d20? I just want to. It's kind of like a luck roll. I just want you to.
dun dun dun.
roll it.
Don't fail.
3.
You failed.
Okay, so I'm going to count that as bad luck. As you were asking him about whether or not he has fire,
Ow.
a dragonborn who could breathe fire is walking past, and he's like, I can't breathe fire.
Ouch.
I don't really know you guys, but I can sense that. Why do they hate you so much?
And considering how few dragonborn there are, this even in this city, it's pretty an exceptional event. Like in Halagerheim, there were 2 other dragonborn. where you were from.
Yo, what'd you do to your people?
And then that dragonborn is already like gone in the crowd. You can't even.
That
see
guy
him
seemed
anymore.
pretty cool.
Well, actually, you can probably see him
So you have like
a little bit,
Reds.
only because he's way taller than anyone else. Similar to how you're really tall.
He looks majestic. Unlike this one.
Yes, he looks super majestic. He's like glittering, wearing gold armor. He's like got the higher. He's already got the raid gear. His pauldrons are like.
I kill it. You hide the body. How's that sound?
Which one are you gonna kill and which one are you gonna hide? My body or the other dragonborn?
Okay, roll
I didn't
it.
insult you. I'm just listening.
Roll a luck dice.
For me, or
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you, because you're the one who wants to
Oh,
do
dear.
bad.
12.
Ooh, that's better than average.
All right, so just a ordinary looking commoner woman is like passing right close by while you're talking about, I'm gonna kill him, who's gonna hide the body? And she just looks really frightened and like, oh! And then she just keeps walking. She's like she looks like she's from like a bakery or something.
Oh, wait.
She's like,
No,
"Woo!"
this is how dragons speak.
As long as you guys keep saying weird things in public, you will be getting these rolls.
So I feel like we should go find that tavern so we can say these things in private. Not people looking weirdly at us.
Yeah.
What do you mean us? It's at him, because he...
Are you still angry?
I'm calming down.
No. Okay.
My military training is kicking in.
Cooler heads prevail. Wait, that doesn't make sense. You're a barbarian though. So like, you have to get like really angry to like hurt people.
I'm lawfully good. I know when or when not to get angry.
Are you sad that we're with you? You just want your booze, don't you? I'm coming down, man. I'm coming down.
I start twitching.
It's only a couple 100 yards away. All right.
Do you guys want to try push through the crowd?
Can I just like kind of slink through the crowd? Dexter sleep?
Absolutely, you can try and slink through the crowd.
Okay.
So, can you do a? Well, what kind of character are you? Are you a very observant character?
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah. I don't like to.
Let me just actually. You know what? What's your passive perception?
My passive perception would be. Is it 8 or 10? It's 8 plus your perception, right?
8 plus, yeah.
That would be 13.
Or plus your proficiency. I
yeah,
think.
13.
13. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, 11.
What's your character's name again?
Nobody asked me yet.
Oh.
You jerks.
I looked at the page, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Are you gonna ask this guy's name?
No, I'm already trying to slink away.
You know what? Yeah, I want to ask this kid's name. I need something to take my mind off.
Off of what?
Off of
The
that.
other Dragonborn?
Yes.
Are you still mad about that? That was like ages ago. He's already gone. Well, he's over there.
He's kind of hot-headed, if you can tell.
But he's a green dragon thing. The red dragon should have hot heads because they're red. The green dragon should have like, I don't know.
Well,
So,
Anyway, sorry.
I can be very venomous.
it's pretty. You have this idea that you have noticed smaller people that still manage to make it through the crowd, and that they can do it quite deftly, but you don't really grasp how they do it yet.
Sure.
But yeah, if you want to do probably an let's call it a. Well, it'll be maybe an acrobatics check, or because it's kind of like a balance and move and dodge kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll try to be dexterous the way that I move around. So.
Yeah, so at minimum it's an agility check,
Okay.
but you could use an.
Let's see what I roll.
I guess size really does matter.
All right, just thinking through.
Yep. In this case, size matters.
So can you roll another dice for luck?
Yeah.
So
Things are going
Get
really
clotheslined.
so you are trying to push through the crowd.
Yeah.
It's not going well,
Yeah.
and then like these really really fat half orcs dressed in like really beautiful opulent but kind of like way over the top robes. They're like walking down in a group of 4, but they're all walking beside each other, and they just do not care, and they do not make room. And they're like those people who like walk in hallways side by side and don't allow people to pass them. And they're walking like really slowly.
This is high school all over again.
And they're like really tall, so they're just like taking in the sights.
Oh dear.
Like, and then they'll like stop to look around. So it takes you even longer to get to, and they're like in front of you.
Okay.
So it's just, you see their gigantic butts
Yeah.
in front of you, and you're having like, it's impossible to get around them. All right, do you guys want to?
I look back to him and I'm like, I tried to slink away from him before he asked my name, but I was like,
You just see his little, because he's a dwarf, right? So he's not like super tall.
Yeah.
You just see his little hand like, ah, in the crowd.
So I grab his hand and like I pull him up by like one hand. And just,
The same,
I
you're pretty close to the
how much do I
same
weigh?
size as him.
I'm
if
4
not
foot
smaller.
6.
I weigh almost 150 pounds,
Oh.
right? I'll let you know.
There's no way that you're lifting him. Unless you want to do a strength check to like pull him out.
I tell you, my name is Halan.
Halan.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna make note of that.
I'm Zyfaith.
You're what thing?
I'm Zyfaith.
Oh, I guess you never asked my name. It's cool.
Zai thing? No, I didn't ask your name. I don't need it. He already told me it's Como. I heard it from someone.
No, someone to talk, don't they?
Just out of curiosity, what's your guys' passive perception? It should be
I
on
should
your
really put this
main character sheet.
13.
Oh, yours is better than mine.
Oh, that's
Passive perception.
Do you need mine again?
Yeah, what's yours?
Yours is 8?
No, so it's
No,
8
mine's
plus.
Yours is 8? Like that's what it actually says in the thing. Passive perception 8. That's how bad it is?
Yes.
What's your wisdom?
-2?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Start with a 6.
Oh, that right, because I gave him a really low stat.
Yes.
So he rolled just as a
Context.
Oak 3 rolled way too good, so I gave him one lousy stat. Okay, so yeah, you're blind to the world.
Not happy with this.
Okay. Do you guys want to try figuring things out? Do you guys want to try and push through this crowd?
Yeah.
You can either
The
choose.
orcs are right there. We can't push through this crowd.
You can try and push through it. You can try and
You do the honors.
sneak through it. You
Can
can
I try
try.
persuading them? I'm like, hey guys, if you walk on that side, people will notice you a lot more.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Roll your persuasion.
This dice is going away.
Roll it with advantage because that's a very good.
Ooh, let's go.
Fives are haunting me today. I got a 16 plus 5, 21.
Holy.
Okay.
Or sorry, for my
So
persuasion.
you catch them right as it's dark on the spot that they're standing, and it's sunny on the other spot, and they're just thinking about like, should we move over there? And then when they hear that voice, it's like, like a heavenly revelation. Because they don't know where it's coming from. You're behind them. They have no clue. So they actually start moving a little quicker as they shuffle across.
I'm like, you guys look like your boss. You guys keep going that way. If you walk against the traffic, they'll definitely notice you more.
Oh, they are definitely, now that they're on the other side, they're definitely walking against the traffic.
Oh no.
I'm like, those guys are annoying, but they're really cool looking.
They do look awesome.
Yeah. How do I get half orc swagger?
Again, they look like they're probably from the Purple Coast.
Oh, okay.
Oh, bandits.
So they probably are like unbelievably wealthy. But because they're half orcs, they have this thing like usually when humans are unbelievably wealthy, you just never see them. Half orcs are kind of the opposite. When they're unbelievably wealthy, they're like, everyone must see how wealthy I am.
Man.
But apparently not that smart.
If I were a pickpocket, I would be pickpocketing those guys.
I ain't one. I'm lawfully good.
Oh, okay. Wait, you're...
I only pickpocket evil.
No, I don't.
Hold on, you're telling hold on. So you're like, we're walking down.
And you're like, I'm lawful good.
I'm lawfully good. What does lawfully good mean? Like, I generally ask you.
Remember, in universe...
Halan generally ask you, like, what is
Don't
lawfully
say
good?
these things.
In universe, nobody understands that concept.
Means I don't pick pockets.
I'm going to write this down in my journal.
You like pull it out?
Dear diary,
Today.
today I learned what lawfully good is. Sorry, what was it?
Means I don't pick pockets.
Okay. Lawfully good, rule number 1. Don't pick pockets. Okay.
This has been.
Does that apply to like...
The more you know.
Does this apply to like... As in like stealing things from pockets? Or like if you have lint in your pockets and you need to pick things out of it, does it also like what does it encompass?
Both.
Both. I ruffle around in my in my pockets and I try to find some lint and I'm gonna try to put some lint in your pockets.
So pockets, wait, so you're saying that for your character, pockets are non-functional. Like you can't use them. You're not
He
allowed.
can't pick out things from his own pocket.
I'm gonna make pocket-based enemies. Like, it's just gonna be a theme.
I said I don't pick pockets. I don't kill pockets.
No, but then you're putting weapons inside your pocket, even if you're penetrating it from the
I
outside.
don't-
That's picking your pocket.
I don't wear pockets.
Wait, question. Do your nostrils count as pockets? Do you pick those?
No.
They're a pocket.
They're a flesh pocket.
I do
No
want
one
to
calls them
apologize
that.
to our viewers.
No one
It's
calls
been
them that.
like I don't know how long it's been, but we haven't even gone into a tavern yet.
I just want to drink.
No one calls them. No one calls them pockets. No one does.
Okay.
You mean like-
so
What?
make your guys' roll. So you can either choose to do an agility-based skill such as acrobatics, or you could choose athletics, or you could try and be persuasive to get through the crowd. See if
Persuasive.
people move for you or help you.
Persuasion.
You're like sweet talking the crowd. I'm gonna come right beside you and sweet talk with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what
Sweet talk to them.
is your sweet talking angle? How are you getting people to help you?
Well, wait. These are all people like the. Is there,
Okay. I grab your hand and I put on like the puppy dog eyes. I'm like, please, sir. She's really thirsty. We need to get through, please.
I start like panting really heavily and like swaying side to side as if I'm gonna like pass out of dehydration.
Have some kindness in your heart. We need to get through.
I got a 19, by the way.
Okay, well, now I'm gonna have you roll now because you guys figured out what you're gonna say now.
I got a 12.
Get a 12?
Yeah. So
Okay, can you roll?
Oh, come on.
Come on, you better roll high. Yes.
Okay, 20.
Okay.
He's clearly carrying the team.
So, there's, as you're doing that, there's a group of tall but stern travelers who look like they're probably from either East Vale or maybe they're commoners from Valorn. And they just react and they're like, oh my goodness, of course. And they're like big, strong guys and they like help you push through the crowd. And with like all 7 of them helping all at once, it makes the travel way quicker. And so you guys all managed to make it to the tavern.
Yes.
I look at them and tell them like, you guys are such awesome heroes.
Thanks. Thanks.
And they're like embarrassed and they're just like, oh please don't, please never mind.
Much obliged.
So they push you.
Hold on. I asked for one of their names. They were really nice.
Oh, well, one of the leader's name is Errol.
Errol?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Errol.
And they say that they are actually staying. They're staying at the Traverse Inn, which you can find on. It's like southwest bottom ring of the wall.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
So you guys make it to this newly constructed inn. It is so the high road is it's shaped like a big ribbon, and it goes up, and then there's the huge central keep of the city castle, which it's probably like 2,000 feet tall. It is unnerving to look at. It goes up in one massive central building, and then at the top it actually splits into like 4 huge spikes, and then there's kind of like a disc that's held up by those 4 spikes, and it's when it's like a bright day, it's almost like blinding to look at. The disc looks like it's made out of polished marble that's being held up. So the actual top of the tower is called the crown, and then on the top of the crown is the cloud. And they it's a place that is supposed to be a sacred place that nobody can go to, basically. But if you look at the arc, this inn is still, like
Way up.
right in the bottom, like the bottom 10th of that arc that goes up to the arc that goes up to the keep.
Gotcha.
So this inn is a very. So actually, why don't you guys all do perception before I describe the inn?
I got,
20.
14.
Your skills. It'd be your skills.
Yeah.
10.
10. All right. So this tavern looks amazing to you. You think it's great. How much did you get? You got a 14?
I got a 14.
So you think that the colors look a little like the shades don't quite match. And there's like things where, oh, cool, that wood is carved into a cool shape. And then you look on the other side and you're like, it's not symmetrical.
Yeah.
You, as you're looking at it, you're seeing it's like this wooden building. There's people all filing around it and stuff. And you just notice that it doesn't look like everything fits together very well. Like it was built really, really quickly. and considering that you got a 20, you're thinking like maybe it was built overnight. That's how quickly it was built. But it has like the outward appearance of being very grand, but it looks like a cheaply built building. So at the entrance, there is another very well-dressed man, but he is, unlike the crier who kind of looked like a fancy person, this guy looks like a kind of a brutish person, but very well-dressed. Like a big guy, but with kind of a Cro-Magnon brow.
I think he's the bouncer.
And he's just standing there sternly in the front of the door, and it's obvious that if you want to get into this tavern, you're going to have to talk to him.
Oh, okay. Hello there, kind sir.
10 gold.
10
gold entrance fee.
10 gold entrance fee?
It's too. I may want a drink, but that's all my money. I won't be able to get a drink.
How about... Wait,
we can
why do we
haggle.
have to pay 10 gold to get in? I ask him.
He just looks at you, and you're going to have to make a persuasion roll to make him talk more.
Okay. Well, I'm slightly interested. How about you tell me why I have to pay the 10 gold, and I'll see if I'm willing to do that. Tell me the reasons why I should pay 10 gold here.
Okay, roll your persuasion.
Okay. I got a 17.
Yes.
So your words seem like you're not trying to. He doesn't think you're trying to trick him. But so he leans down and he says, Master Dorian wants a high quality clientele at his establishment. Only those who can pay the cover charge may come in.
Okay. I mushed him.
And he leans closer.
Your establishment is not very high quality. I don't want to say it out loud here. If you look at that pillar over there, it's carved in a certain way, and you look at this pillar over there, it's carved in a certain way. And it's not symmetrical. And I would be symmetrical on the door. Okay? I've been in a symmetrical box for most of my life. That is a cave in a cavern.
So roll a persuasion roll.
I got a 16.
Okay, so he's like agreeing with you. And he says, "I'll pass this along to Master Dorian," and then he stands up straight again.
So here, how about this?
He's not going to pay attention to you anymore.
You just insulted his workplace.
It doesn't necessarily look like he's insulted.
Yeah.
You can see, though, that his training has kicked in.
Okay.
That
Shut up.
he's not to spend time.
Okay.
He's not to spend time fraternizing.
Okay, but can I use my military rank to try and persuade him?
Yeah, of course you can. You can try.
Okay, let me see. Okay, well,
You know, 10 gold is a little bit too much for a place that's so shoddily made. Like,
So who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Zyfaith.
I'm just gonna make some pencil.
Yeah. I'm trying to be a really quiet one.
Oh, actually, interestingly enough,
We don't.
Como, while they're talking this, you do notice that the people who are walking past do not look interested in this establishment.
We are the only ones in this line. We are like.
And you even catch like the tail end of a conversation of someone just saying something along the lines of like, "Shameless twit."
Is he successful at all in trying to convince the other guy?
Are you gonna? So did you try? Are you gonna try and?
yeah, I'm gonna try to pull my military rank.
So what skill are you using to do that?
Let's see.
Persuasion?
I mean, you can use persuasion. You can also like try to flex on him.
Well,
Be like, I'm swole.
okay. Well, what kind of skill I need for that?
No.
So did you decide which army that you used to be a part of? Were you a part of the Carindale army?
So
Whatever
that's the
you-
kingdom we're in right now.
That's the kingdom you're in right
yeah.
now. Okay.
He just changes
If
the
you're
story
gonna
every time.
you're gonna try and
yeah, with the
pull rank
soldier
up,
here.
can you just first roll a dice for luck?
I feel like maybe he wasn't as trustworthy as I thought.
Oh man,
What'd you roll?
terrible luck.
Well, what number?
You did not convey.
Okay. It's sometimes high is good, sometimes low is good. It depends. Basically, I'm assigning different values in my head and this will kind of change what the character's background is or the situation. So if you want to try and pull rank on him, by all means, probably depends. You can do it in different flavors. So if you want to like scare him with your rank, you'd be using intimidation. If you want to like make him respect you because of your rank, you're probably doing persuasion.
Okay, I'll try being nice one first. I'll use my persuasion.
Okay.
Okay. I'd say, hey, listen, buddy. I was in the army. I was in the kingdom's army, and I know how difficult your job can be. Putting up with people who just trying to barge their way in, and I have experience in being in rough and tumbles, and so how about just let me in one guy to another.
I'm gonna hype man him.
Okay. Roll your persuasion, please.
Ooh, I rolled a 20 hype man. I'm a really good hype man.
I rolled 22.
You both rolled 20s? So he cocks his head at the party and says, fair enough. Thank you for your service. And he opens the door and lets you in.
Just him or all of us?
The hype man and the...
I do not want to go into this establishment.
Oh, so you do have standards.
I grab your hand and I'm like, come on, let's go get a drink.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, because you grabbed her hand, then you made it obvious that you're part of the same group. So then he lets you all three in. Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
So inside... Wait, what time is it?
It's
It's
12:08.
12. What time do we need to end? When do you need to go?
I guess the latest I can leave the house is 1:15.
Oh.
Okay.
So then we should probably end pretty soon here. Okay, so we got so far, but that's okay. This is going to be more of a role play game.
Okay.
If you get you don't have to. Oh my goodness!
No, I mean,
you get attacked.
I just don't have enough
So-
points in our piece.
No, but this is a good chance for you to get experience, and then you can also spend that experience on the other game as well. We can probably do some more talking in that game too. So inside this tavern, there's it's like there's like a lot of lights, but it's dark because the lights have all been like shaded in order to like make different colors. So where it was kind of obvious from the outside that the place was lame, from the inside, it looks pretty cool. And it's like there's like some of the lights are set to like rotate, and you have the feeling that they're just like not actually mechanical, that some guy like is like up there rotating them. But because they don't rotate like quite evenly either.
Are we in a disco?
But it does.
This is this is why disco is still alive, boys.
And there's like a little band playing music a little too loudly.
Yeah.
And then there is a lot of seats and there's like a sort of a, you guess that it's a makeshift bar, but it looks well enough in this light to look like a cool, classy bar.
Oh, okay. I look at you guys and I'm like, we're in a disco! This place is really loud!
Also, there's like almost no one here.
There's no one here.
There's like
I can see that!
there's like one elf in the far corner.
There's an elf in a corner over there!
That is just looks kind of like embarrassed that he's here.
He also looks embarrassed that he's here!
But there is also a bartender at the drinks.
There's the drink.
There's the drinks. And it's a tall woman. You can't really tell what species she is because she's wearing she's wearing kind of like a cool looking bartender outfit, but she also has like a veil and like a big,
Okay.
an interesting looking hat that kind of hides her head and face.
Okay, she's one of the bartender people.
The
From
bar.
the bartender land. they magically serve you drinks.
The bartender kingdom.
I
In exchange for a copper.
I groan
Gold.
and walk up to her and ask for a cup of beer.
So she
Please say you don't serve beer. Please say you don't serve beer.
she points to a small drink menu, and there's ale on it, but there's definitely not beer.
I'm like bouncing some music now.
So
This place is nice.
the musicians who up to this point have looked bored out of their minds, they're obviously getting paid enough that they're fine with keeping playing.
Yeah.
But like this isn't where they thought they'd be at this point in their lives, right? The drummer's like, that guy. The music gets like a little better.
I'm like, hey.
So the veiled woman just basically gestures to the menu. There's various ales on them. They seem like they're really overpriced. And then there's also like some wines, and they are super expensive.
Okay, well, what's the cheapest thing she's got on the menu?
There is a
I look at the menu and I just beeline to the door. I grab you.
Bye.
Beeline to the door.
Bye.
Like, at that time I was like, oh yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Beeline to the door.
I am about
yeah.
I don't know what he's doing.
The bouncer doesn't look surprised when you leave. He just nods.
Oh, I quickly like when I go past him, I'm like, I didn't like the ale selection. It sucks.
As if you didn't stick it to him even earlier. You gotta stick it to him even further.
So as you
If he was rude to me, I would anti-hype man the other hype man.
yeah. So you go outside. It is still really busy.
Yeah.
You can see that the light is really starting to wane. The orcs are having difficulty finding a spot in the street that still allows to give them some glimmer. It's really just their hats now.
Yeah.
It's like everything is pretty much dark because the sun is behind the wall. But then there's just like, you can see their amazing hats like going up the street because that's still in the sun. They're managing to like keep pace because the street rises so that their hat kind of like stays in view. Like a beautiful beacon. But as it gets darker, people get quieter. You notice this immediately.
Yeah.
Like there's just less talking. There's still obviously the bustle of movement, but there's something incredibly oppressive about being under these walls. And even though this place has been kind of reclaimed for normal life, there is that feeling that you're living in a place that still very much belongs to the rulers of the past. And things that looked kind of like normal and whatever, now in the darkness, they look kind of sinister.
I ask a random passerby, what's up with the...
What's your cheapest best in?
What's up with the that? Also, why the doom and gloom, and why is everybody so...
I notice that they're gone and immediately run after them and ask him, What are you two doing? Don't leave me here.
I'm feeling oppressed.
So just I would like you to roll a let's do perception to see what kind of person that you find. Excuse me.
Please be a kind
19.
old person.
19. Okay, so you managed to pick out someone who actually looks like a local.
Okay.
Excuse me. And then you ask them about what would be the cheapest, best inn. And they say, well, two cheapest inns in the city are the Traverse Inn down in the Wall Ring, and then Bordalis' establishment. But you...
I look behind from her and I'm like, how far is the Traverse? By the way.
It's not far. Just go back down the main the main way and then take a left down the wall.
And one more question: which one's more busy?
The Traverse Inn would be busy, but it's huge. They'd have space for you.
I also asked her I also asked the person how much are rations?
I turn around slowly.
At the Traverse Inn, it's cheap and it's included with your meal.
Weren't you clubbing a couple seconds ago?
Yeah, I noticed that you guys had left me.
But you're the party. Why'd you leave? Now they have nobody to like play music for or to bartend.
No, he said he left right away as soon as you guys left.
Oh.
So also, when you ask if was clubbing, you can see that there's like a little bit of like the lady rolls her eyes. She's just like, the Beazle and Bard, eh? I hope they didn't get you for that entrance fee.
No,
he pulled rank.
Oh, good on you. Dorian Beazle. Such a fool.
I'll have to remember that. I wrote down him. Wait, hold on.
Do you actually physically have a book that you keep writing stuff on?
Yeah. Do you I ask you, so if you're lawful good, does that mean that Dorian Beazle is a scoundrel?
Sure, it's a high price, but he's not breaking. But as far as I know, it's perfectly legal.
Okay, so number 2 rule is Dorian Beazle is perfectly legal.
She scoffs a little and says, "Legal, yeah, as of 2 days ago." But she has like baskets that she's been carrying this whole entire time.
Do you need a hand?
And she's looking like, I'm not going the same direction you are. I'm going back up.
Oh, I see.
I asked.
Yeah.
At first, before, I asked her, why is everyone so quiet now? It used to be so. Why is everyone not?
She says, "I don't know what do you mean?"
Everyone was talking a while ago, but now that it's dark, everybody seemed to just hush.
Can you just roll a persuasion, please?
15.
All right, so she doesn't have time to answer these kinds of questions, but you seem like you're honest and a nice person, so she waits for a little longer, and she says, "That's just how it's always been. It's even with all this busyness, it'll be gone in an hour, and this massive highway will be completely deserted. Nobody likes to be out of doors at night in Conungar State."
No, interesting.
Is there a warlord that comes around here and pillages everyone who's not?
Of course not. That's ridiculous. Well, we wouldn't live here if there was someone going around at night killing people. It's just not. We just don't do it. We don't go outside when it's dark.
That makes sense.
Yes.
All right.
Anyways, I must be off.
Onto the Traverse.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's get going.
So you guys go on to the Traverse, and we must call an end to this session today.
Yeah, we'll pause here.
So please like, comment, subscribe. We have been Fork and Ghost with Cinnabine and Oak 3. Please check us out on Patreon and let us know if you like this new series. And we'll be back with Box Beasts as well soon enough. And have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.